What's going on, guys? Multiverse Corrupt here with yet another action figure review video, and today we're having a look at the Flashpoint Project Superman from McFarlane Toys. As always, guys, starting off this video, we are taking a look at the beautiful McFarlane packaging, and it is, of course, that black, white, and blue that we know oh so well, with the gold label here, since this is a Target exclusive for the Cyborg Build-A-Figure, the Flashpoint wave, if you will. DC Multiverse down here at the bottom, as well as Project Superman's name. Flipping over here to the side, guys, we see Project Superman from Flashpoint again, and then over here on the back, we just see the image of Cyborg, and then of course the two confirmed that we have down here. And we also did get an image from McFarlane Toys that this guy here is going to be the Flash, a picture on the screen for you right now, and that is probably hands down going to be my favorite Flash figure. Flipping over here to this side, guys, not really much going on other than DC Multiverse and Project Superman again. Nothing really going on at the top, and then down here at the bottom is the barcode for you barcode guys. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and rip Project Superman out of the packaging and see how he looks. Subject 1 spent most of his life being experimented on both physically and psychologically, but when he gets a chance to escape, will he take it if it means destroying everything and everyone around him? A chance meeting a young future reporter might hold the key to his decision. Frightened, scared, and out in the world for the first time, Subject 1 must learn what it means to go from man to Superman. So right here, guys, is Project Superman, or Subject 1, whichever one you want to call him, standing straight up and down on the rotating turntable. And for my first-hand impressions on this guy, I am a little let down. I like what they were going for. It is a almost spitting image from the uniform, but it is just kind of overall lazy. It's interesting to see a scrawny Superman, but upon closer inspection, if we pull him off and move him here, if you guys remember my Superman, the Superboy, Jonathan Kent video, this is just the same suit. It's the same body mode, just with a different logo, and we'll get into the detail later on, and it's just a reuse overall, and that's fine. We've seen reuses before, time and time again, but it's just, I really was hoping to see the spandex look from the comic. I thought that would have been a nice touch. Like, I know I'm a big guy for detail, but just show us like the ribs and like how skinny this Superman got, because he still has some muscle tone in there, and his back is just jacked. It is ripped. He should just be skin and bone. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and take Superman off of the rotating turntable and take a closer look at the accessories that he came with. Before we go any further in the video, guys, if you are enjoying what you are seeing, we try to do videos at least 2 times a week. Now, I have been on vacation, so that explains the lack of videos that I've been putting up, and we'll be jumping right back into that schedule this week. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on this video. With all that said though, guys, let's jump into the accessories here. Now, as always, guys, he does of course come with the standard McFarlane stand with DC just stamped right there on the front. Over here, he does come with a trading card that we have seen for every single figure. It says Project Superman from Flashpoint with this nice skinny look for him. This is what I'm talking about. No muscle tone, nothing. I feel like that's how the figure itself should have looked, but I digress. Flipping over here to the back, guys, is the read up if you want to pause the screen and read it right now. Always give you guys that little bit of a second. And of course, guys, he came with nothing for the figure, but he does come with the Build-A-Figure piece for Cyborg, and we will jump into his detail when we get him fully assembled. But he looks amazing just from what we see here alone. He is going to look fantastic. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and move the accessories out of the spotlight and get Subject 1, if you will, back out here in the spotlight to take a closer look at the detail. When it comes to the detail, guys, starting off with this head sculpt, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I believe this is a brand new Superman head sculpt. I personally have never seen this before. I even compared it to some of my other Superman figures that I have, and I have yet to match it up perfectly with one that we have seen before in the past. So if we didn't get anything out of this figure, we definitely got a new Superman head sculpt. Now, it is a lack of a tan, but it still looks amazing, and I do love the iconic hair twirl and the spiked up mess that it kind of is all throughout it. Looks absolutely amazing, and he kind of has this little 5 o'clock shadow, which does, of course, I keep going back to the card here, but it does match the sketch that we see here. Going down here now, guys, to the torso, this is where the figure kind of loses me. It kind of loses me in the emblem, because if you want to get him in a flying pose, you definitely could. His head does articulate up well, but you need to get it to go up a little bit more by using the chest, and it completely splits the logo, and I think that just looks weird. If it was me, I would have added a little bit of yellow in there. I know that would have drawn it up to more of an oval shape, but just to connect the red S, I just feel like it looks weird with a little black dash in between, just to split up that design. I really do not like that. If anything, they should have squeezed it into the upper portion here and not bring it all the way down to the abdomen. But it's not really a big gripe. It's just like a mild annoyance for me personally. It may not bother you at all. You may like that, but for me, it's a no-go. Going over here now, guys, looking at the rest of the uniform, we do see that they kind of went for that spandex look, but they did just throw it on this other body mold that we have here. You can see the line from where the suit stops, but they just painted over it. And we've seen it before. We saw it with the Year One Robin. I personally never picked that figure up. That figure was an absolute disaster, and this one kind of feels like they went that lazy route. They just threw the same body mold and then painted over the lines like we wouldn't be able to tell, like we're idiots or something. No, we can clearly see that that is where the suit was supposed to stop, but y'all just wanted to paint over it. Another thing that I do have a gripe about is the hair. It looks like they kind of like shaved over here. This might just be my figure because I personally haven't seen it on anybody else's or wasn't really paying attention, but it's like nothing right here and then all of it swoops over to this side. Just another mild annoyance from me. I'm not really a hairstylist or anything like that, but it's just slightly annoying. Going down here now, guys, looking at his midsection, there is no detail within it except obviously this little crevice of the suit and his crotch. And then down here on the legs, we do see the legs muscle tone is there, but I still would have liked to see it a little bit skinnier. I mean, heck, just give us the two calves connected, make him skinny. Stop giving them, if they're supposed to be deprived, stop giving them all this muscle tone and stuff. I mean, he is, as you can see here, once again, skin and bone. There is no muscle tone in this Superman. But other than that, I do think it is a nice figure. I guess you could say it is something we've seen before with the body mold, but it's just something new to have in your collection. Do I think it should have been worth the $20? Nah, it's just a simple reuse and paint kind of thrown over the uniform, kind of just threw it off. With all that said though, guys, let's go ahead and zoom out away from the detail and take a closer look at his size, articulation, and some size comparison. When it comes to how tall this Superman stands, guys, Superman does stand at, it looks like, exactly 7 inches tall to the top of the head. So he is the standard McFarlane size. Let's go ahead and take him off of his display stand here and move him closer into the camera for some articulation. Starting off with the head sculpt, guys, he is on that ball joint, so he does rotate all the way around, and he can look up about that far and looks down all the way, so you can get some nice little flying backwards poses if you want. He does, of course, his arms, they go out about that far, and he does come with a very useful butterfly joint, but mine gets stuck on the figure itself, so just be careful with that. He does, of course, come with some bicep swivel, double hinged elbows, and his hands rotate all the way around. They look to be the interchangeable ones, but this is a reuse that we have seen before. So unfortunately, he did not come with any interchangeable hands, and these even are the same hands from the Jonathan Kent Superman. So it is just a reuse overall. Going over here to his ab crunch now, guys. His ab crunch goes forward about that far. He is a Lambo master, and his waist articulation does rotate fairly well. A little bit snug, but that's the way we like it. Legs go forward about that far. Legs go back about that far. Double hinged knees. And as for his ankles, they do articulate down. They articulate up. He does, of course, come with toe articulation and that beautiful ankle pivot. Starting off the size comparison, guys, here we have Superman standing next to the recently looked at Aquaman from the same wave, and they do scale together very nicely. Next up, guys, still from Flashpoint, but not from the same wave, we have the unmasked Batman from, of course, like I said, the Flashpoint storyline, and they still do scale together quite nicely, but this Superman is a little bit taller than our Batman. Jumping out of the DC Universe, guys, here we have Subject 1 Superman standing next to the Stalker Predator from NECA Toys. And as you can see, the Stalker Predator does stand over our Superman, but the scale is still quite nice. And last but not least, guys, here we have the Marvel Legends Deadpool from the 2016 Deadpool film standing next to our Superman. And as you can see, Marvel Legends, as always, does not work. Alrighty, guys, and there you have it. Another action figure review video in the books on my channel for you guys to enjoy. When it comes to my review on this Project Superman, I'm going to have to give him a solid 4 out of 10. This one out of the wave for now. We only got 2 of them, but he is the bottom of the barrel for me. I like certain aspects of him. I like the black suit. I like the emblem on the chest, but I hate the fact that the emblem gets broken up if you try to articulate him. I hate that they try to trick us and think we're idiots by painting up his neck and not just giving us a new top half here. I know it's cheaper just to stripe paint across it, but at the end of the day, it just makes it look ugly. Makes him look like he's got kind of like some deformed collarbones going on up there or something. I don't really know. With all that said though, guys, if you are new, once again, we try to do videos at least 2 times a week for you guys. So if you are new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit like if you enjoyed what you saw here today. With all that said though, guys, let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Later.